All right, this is Tony Venuti with your ex-conservative radio hour. An ex-conservative, folks, is not a liberal. No. I'm just an ex-con who's a conservative. I'm using a play on words. I use logic, reason, and deduction, and if you think that's a law firm, you might be a liberal. But at last, the world's going to be ruled by gays, geeks, girls, right? 40 years of feminism now bearing fruit. This by Pamela Geller. A new documentary. Oral sex is the new goodnight kiss. Chronicles Americans' moral decay. Charlene Azum, a Canadian filmmaker, says, if you talk to teens about oral sex, they'll tell you it's not a big deal. In fact, they don't even consider it sex. They don't consider a lot of things sex. In the documentary, teenage girls talk casually about their sexual experiences and even their forays into prostitution. One girl sums up in the new attitudes, 5 minutes and I got $100. If I'm going to sleep with them anyway because they're good looking, might as well get paid for it, right? Azum said that this is going on in good homes right under parents' noses. The prettiest girls from the most successful families are the most at risk. We're not talking about marginalized girls. Parents don't want to know because they really don't want to know what to do. I mean, you might be prepared to earn that at age 12. Your daughter has had sex. What are you supposed to do with them when you knew your daughter traded her virginity for $1,000? Now I'm going to stop reading right here and make a comment. There you have it. There's our problem. How did the kid get that way to begin with, you see? As opposed to not allowing a child to get that way to begin with. But no, it's a lot easier just to let things as they're going to appear to happen, and then when it happens, and it shouldn't because it's my child and it'll never happen to me, we'll deal with it then. I'm continuing. This is the bitter fruit of 40 years of feminist domination in the United States. Virtue, self-worth, and man's moral value are dead on arrival in an age of cultural domination of the left. What an awful stench this decaying corpse gives off, lying in a smoldering, fetid pile of ash. This is how the phony feminist movement empowered women. Girls selling it for the handbag. Those men-hating parasites have ruined the glorious exaltation of a woman in the 20th century America. I know, I grew up in it. All one has to do is watch movies from the 40s, 50s, and 60s before the left culture rout to catch a glimpse of the status of woman. We were then formidable, respected, treasured, and above all, revered. It was as good as it gets, I'd say. Azum's vulgar and depressing documentary is no surprise. The atmosphere is already poisoned by the left's attitude towards teenage sex. And these attitudes come out of everywhere. Crosby Middle High School in Hitchcock, Texas, a member of the Hitchcock School Board, Shirley Price, gave what was supposed to be a motivational talk to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls. Instead, she gave a graphic, smut-filled rant about oral and anal sex. I am sickened by this, not because I'm prudish, but because it speaks volumes about how girls view themselves in their roles, not to mention the ever-increasing diminishing of women in American society. To say that feminism was one of the worst things to happen to women is being easy. It has been worse for men. The demon seeds of the liberation movement are everywhere, including the epidemic of single motherhood, the breakdown of the American family, the street vernacular of bitches and hoes, the emasculation of men, and the bone-crushing responsibility of single moms acting as mother, father, breadwinner, chief cook, and bottle washer. And what has Obama done about all of this? He's appointed Kevin Jennings, the founder of the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network, to be a safeguard schools czar. This group is notorious for having sponsored a conference at Tufts University at which teenagers were given instruction in an array of risky and dangerous sexual practices.